Hi Libra, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I've moved a couple things around. I kept the rainbow colors, I just kind of displayed them a little different. And my intention is to switch up my background often, and it's going to become signs and synchronicities and things that will kind of give you a little bit more of a confirmation that you're in the right place. One other thing, I'm going to ask you to do something for me. And this is all, again, for your benefit. Because I want you to feel confident that you're in the right place if you're here. Nothing is coincidence. If you found your way to this channel, this spot, and you're watching this, I believe there's a reason. So if you want to kind of play with the universe or just give yourself a little bit more confidence that you are in the right place, please, please, please comment below and leave a special song that resonates with you. It could be a love song, it could be just your favorite song, it could be just whatever song that I can add to my playlist, because again, I have that shuffling reads playlist all the time. I want these to be not personal, because it's really hard to do personal readings for a mass, but I want you to know that if you see that song in your zodiac sign reading, in another zodiac sign within your charts reading, or really if you see that song in any of the readings, you'll know that that's like a cue for you to tune in, check it out, and maybe, hypothetically, it'll be something that will really resonate with you. So please comment a song that's important to you. I like to think there's two answers to every question. There's the first answer that pops in your mind when it's like your gut instinct, initial reaction, and then there's the one that comes like a second and a half later that's usually a little bit more like you weighed some pros and cons internally and answered. And I'll take one or both, but as long as it's not terribly inappropriate, as long as it's, special to you, I will add them all to my playlist. And then just because it doesn't play your song doesn't mean it's not for you. I want you to keep that in mind as well. But if you're listening to a reading and you're like, oh my God, I think that's my story, I think it's for me, and then your song comes on, I think that's a good sign. So leave a song, comment below, I will add it to my playlist. And before we get started, so 8 wanted to, there we go, 3. So we're gonna skip 3 songs. This song's Shooting Star by Bad Company. All right, so that's kind of funny. Religious cardinal fell. All right, so Libra, the title of your reading is Flashes and Flickers. And if you notice, my camera has a mind of its own. It can't really figure out what the lighting is. The lighting doesn't change, but it's always going in and out. So maybe that's a sign for you, or it's going to be in the future, because flashes and flickers. The last reading I did for you was called Morse Code. And Morse Code was all about kind of an introduction to establishing your own language with the universe. Kind of like shooting stars. Everyone knows if you see a shooting star, that means make a wish. In the tarot deck, the star card is, wish fulfillment. It's hope, it's renewal, it's healing. It's also, following the stars. So these flashes and flickers, when I first opened myself up to messages, I saw, flickering lights, and everybody hates like a flickering light in a classroom or one of those big halogen, is that what they're called, halogen bulbs? When it flickers, you notice it, and I feel like up until this point, you hated them. But from now on, I want you to thank the universe for showing you when you have a flashing or flickering light. Now, flickering lights are, like I mentioned, that halogen bulb, twitchy light bulb. When the lights flicker, pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to what you're thinking when you see that. And this is part of this conscientiousness that comes along with this spiritual journey, this awakening, is this being mindful of your thoughts all the time. So if you see flashing or flickering lights, flashing, if you see, construction signs, if you see like the plows, I think of the yellow light from the plows, even sirens especially, I think I'm going to touch on sirens in Scorpio's reading, so maybe that resonates with you. But flashes and flickers, construction signs, cop cars, fire trucks, any flashing light is a confirmation for you to really tune into your thought, to pay attention to your thought. So after that, the universe speaks in code. So flicker has 2 meanings, right? It is a flickering light, but it also is a bird that's in the woodpecker family. Fun fact. So naturally, I looked up spiritual meaning of a woodpecker, and I found that a woodpecker stands for a new rhythm, bringing good luck, growth, and advancement to your life. They're known for unconventionality. So they're kind of known for going against the grain. They're known for being resourceful, adaptive. They're known for doing things differently and still succeeding. And they are supposedly, they are balanced. They are known as the mediators, and they're not really, they're not flashy birds. I don't know if that makes sense. But the other thing, considering that they're in the woodpecker family, woodpeckers literally knock their head against wood. And so I feel like there is something you just feel like you are knocking your head against a wood, like just over and over and over again. You're beating your head against a wall. And I want you to pay attention to these lights, these flickers, these sirens, these flashes. I want you, even if you're driving and someone has their blinkers on in front of you, pay attention to your thoughts when you see that. This is a stream of consciousness that's going to help you figure out how to remove yourself from the situation that you are just beating your head against a wall. So the other thing is I got this nudge to say, stop making assumptions. I feel like that's one of the reasons that you are beating your head against the wall, is because you're not asking and clarifying the situation. You are assuming that that's what's happening, and it keeps kind of putting you in a cycle, because by assuming you never really handle what's actually going on, because you don't really know what's going on. The first step to fixing a problem is identifying the problem in the first place. So yes, do that. Ask for clarity. But also pay attention. I encourage you, I challenge you to be mindful of your thoughts at all times. So, with that said, while we're talking about shooting stars, I actually did this, I had this song in a reading for somebody, and I was told to switch the line, "Don't you know that you are a shooting star," to "Don't you know that you are my shooting star?" So, that might be significant. I don't know. Alright, so I'm going to aim for... Ooh. We already have one. What is powering the situation? Chaos. Chaos and crossroads. 5 of Wands. With manifestation on the bottom. I feel like there's something that you want, there's something that you're working for, there's something that you are set on. And it's coming together, but things have to fall apart before they can come together. It's kind of a cheesy thing to say, but I feel like there's just, you're indecisive. I mean, that's part of what Libras are. That's one of our negative weaknesses, if you will. We are indecisive because we are really good at seeing both sides of something. But I just shuffled, but you have manifestation on the bottom, which is the King of Wands. So you are taking action. You are working really hard, and maybe you're spreading yourself too thin. Because the King of Wands is a leader, he's a go-getter, he is an entrepreneur, so maybe you have a lot of things going on, and it's overwhelming. And you feel like no matter what you do, you can't get traction. You're spinning your wheels for too many things. You need to focus. You need to focus. Just like the woodpecker, he'll bang his head against the wall or against the wood in the same place over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until he's ready to move. All right, so what's powering the situation is chaos. Having options, trying to figure out which way to go, what to invest in. Maybe you're working to manifest something that doesn't really serve you. Next song is Mr. Scientist by the Magic Beans. It's something you wanted for a very long time. But you only want it because somebody else has it. I split the deck to envy. And you're approaching, okay, so with Mr. Scientist playing, by the way, hi Magic Beans. With Mr. Scientist playing, you are approaching this like a scientist. Whatever you're working on, you're approaching it like a logical person. And if you're dealing with manifestation, you're already kind of outside the normal science world. So you have to think a little differently. You can't think like a scientist. That's why you're beating your head. That's why. because you keep approaching it logically, you keep approaching it from a scientific perspective, but this is a spiritual thing. Manifestation is like a soul journey. It's like a personal intention. So the flashes and flickers, I feel like, are going to tell you, they're going to cue you in when you're being overly critical. Again, the assumptions, you're making assumptions about how this works. And your assumptions are because in normal science logic things, A, B, C, D, there's an order to it. And this is throwing chaos into your order. Your order doesn't matter right now. There's an order of events, yes, but it's out of your control. It's divine orchestration. So what is changing in this situation? I love it when change comes out for change. What is changing in this situation? What is changing in this situation for Libra and their manifestation? Somebody else has gone within and somebody else is being reckless. And if you're manifesting a partner, you can't do that. You can't manifest a specific person. And as somebody who, Libras rule partnerships, the 7th house, we rule duality, we rule, not like Gemini. We rule diplomacy. The two sides. You can't mess with someone's free will. You can't manifest a person. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. It's because there's something better. So what's blocking this situation? Ooh, that's too many, but we'll look at them. Luck's on the bottom, so I like that. By the way, we have a number 8, a number 83, and a number 57. So those might be significant. And this is a lot. So we have 23, 82, 22, and 92. Excuse me, 93. So somebody else's decision, somebody else's success, balance for somebody else, and charity for you. We're going to keep these all out. So what's blocking this? Okay. Remember when I split the deck and we got envy? You are I feel like you are manifesting something for the wrong reasons. Somebody else's decision, somebody else has planted seeds in your mind and they're good. Somebody else defined what success should be, what success looks like. And it might be, but it's for somebody else's life. It's what works for somebody else. And you're wondering why you're not getting what's for you. It's because this isn't for you. This isn't for you. This isn't what you truly want. This isn't where you truly need to be. You're lucky you're not getting this. Hesitation on the bottom, yeah, because I think that you know that you want to do it because you want to be able to say, you want this to work and to go as planned because you want to say that you manifested. You want to say you're a manifester. I did this. I manifested this. But it's chaos for you because it's not for you. With Mr. Scientist, maybe somebody wants you to be a doctor, somebody wants you to be a lawyer, somebody wants you to be something, important, successful. I just did Taurus's reading is all about being on your own path and about how we don't, at the end I kind of just mentioned, we don't need more successful people. We need helpers, we need healers, we need people who are willing to be charitable. You are giving, you are nurturing the seed, you are doing all of these things, but it's not going to work because it's not what you truly want. It's what you want to say is successful, but it's not what your soul wants. It's not what your heart wants. So what's coming to light in this situation? What's coming to light? Ooh. somebody else's humility with a cycle for somebody else on the bottom. Somebody else, whoever's giving you this idea, whoever's planted the seed in your mind, I just got this feeling like they're encouraging. Okay, so it's like someone who, encourages you to be a teacher or a state worker because they did that. And they got a great benefit plan, they got a great retirement plan, they got, all of these perks to being in the job, all of the security, all of these good things that came with it. But they're humiliated because they're unhappy. And if they suggest that and you take that on for those reasons, you're really looking into the future, it's successful for you because you'd be, you'd have an easy job, you'd be set, for like it's future planning, check. But whoever is giving this advice had it different. A lot's changed in 20 years, a lot's changed in 10 years. Retirement plans aren't the same anymore. This is a cycle for them. This is not your cycle. That worked for them, it's not you. So the next song is The Bottom Half by Umphrey McGee. It's gonna come to balance. Ooh. There's that hesitation card, release. I love it. I think that you are going to give this up. I didn't mean no harm at all. You're not trying to be mean or rude about it. But it's not working, and you understand now. Maybe you're on this soul journey, maybe you're on this spiritual, path. And you know that, okay, I have these red flags have been coming up. And you're just getting the motivation, the nudges to say, okay, I can't bang my head against this door anymore. I can't knock on this door anymore. This must not be for me. I need to let this go. Get used to the thought you can't be what you're not. Life has already got plans for you. Yes, thank you. Get used to the thought you can't be what you're not. Life has already got plans for you. And somebody's not going to like that you do this. Hesitation in reverse. Maybe this person feels humiliated because, they feel that you're ungrateful. It worked for me. It's not good enough for you. No, I'm different. I'm a different person. So let's get a few more clarifiers. So look at that. 7 of Pentacles again. So maybe you're at a stalemate with this person. I feel like this person is an authority figure, somebody that you want to please, somebody that you have respect for, family, ancestor, something like that. Try not to be rude, but you know how I am. I tend to bitch and moan. Yeah, you know what you gotta do. The Sun card is the happiest card in the deck with the Tower on the bottom. You know what makes you happy. You know it's not this. You just gotta let this Tower fall. And you have to do it courteously. Again, diplomacy, we have that within us. I'm a Libra, don't forget. We have that. We are skilled in that. It's one of our natural abilities. So you just gotta share how you feel. I feel statements go a long way. Ooh, we have... And the Star card, did I not already talk about that? You can't be what you're not. You know what you want to do. You know where you want to go. The Sun and the Star, are you kidding me? This is all chaos. All this chaos is because you keep banging your head against a wall that you're not even supposed to be leaning on in the first place. You're not even supposed to be there. You have a different path. You have a different passion. You have a different place to be. You just need to come clean about this. Both of the people in these cards are naked. The Star and the Sun are shockingly similar in their bright illumination. For some reason, I just heard the Itsy Bitsy spider. Out came the Sun and washed the spider, or Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up again. So I feel like you need to, with that tower on the bottom, you need to cause a storm. This needs to come to light. Whoever is like encouraging you on this path, maybe you're, you know, for a certain way into, you know, a graduate program. Again, maybe you are a little bit further in, you know, getting your PhD or something, and it's all based on somebody else's version of success, and they, you know, it's not that you don't want them to be proud of you, you do, but this just isn't for you. Get used to the thought you can't be what you're not. This isn't for you. And somebody else may see that you're being reckless. Somebody else is, you know, taking it really personally. If you haven't read the 4 Agreements, please do. Because don't make assumptions is one of them. Don't take things personally is one of them. Always speak your truth is another one. And what's the other one? Don't make assumptions. Always try your best. Always try your best. And you can't put your best foot forward if you don't even want to be where you are in the first place. So, for 20 minutes, this is going to be a little bit longer. Sorry, Libra. And you're welcome. All right, so can I get some clarifiers for what's changing? Maybe you've already had this conversation and somebody thinks that you're being reckless now. You know, you've wasted all this after all I've done for you. You've wasted all this time. You're being reckless. You're being ungrateful. The moon. Because they can't see what you see. They can't feel what you feel. They feel differently. I feel like you have like opposing ways of expressing emotions. And so they are taking this very, very personally. They think that, you know, you're mad at them. Look at the similarities. All of the sun shapes, the bright illuminations, like they're all really similar in these cards. I feel like they think that, you know, they're taking it personally, that you're not telling them something, you're hiding something from them. Maybe you're actually failing out. You're not. You just don't want to do it. You're not interested in it. With justice on the bottom, your energy on the bottom. The song Doom Flamingo, or Domingo's Drive by Doom Flamingo. Have you ever been to hell? I have. I can assure you it's very unpleasant. You're in like a hell for you right now. I imagine somebody who just wants to like be a painter all the time. Creative, Libra, creative. But with Mr. Scientist that came by, they're like forced to study like chemistry all the time. Something very linear, very angular, no creativity, just straight science. They can't let their mind wander at all. And it's killing you. This hurts your heart. You want to bring justice to it. You know you're made for better things. You know you're made for bigger things. So what's blocking this situation? Can you clarify this? Chariot, Temperance, King of Pentacles, and the Fool. Yeah, I feel like somebody is just, they want you to just stick it out. Somebody just is like, you're this far in, just finish it out. You know, after that, you can do whatever you want. Just get your degree, just finish it. We've invested so much. And you're like, nah, I'm out. She gone. I don't want to do this. And they're like, but we've invested so much after all we've done for you. We have the King and Queen of Pentacles here. So maybe it's like your parents really did invest in you and they just want you to finish this up. And I know that this isn't what it is, but do you know how doctors used to have like that little thing? If you look closely at the Temperance card, it kind of looks like she has that there. Actually, it's Archangel Michael. It doesn't focus, of course not. Anyway, they think that you're being lazy. You can't just overcome these obstacles. Why can't you just get this done? And you're like, I've already done way more than I wanted to. Charity, I've already given way more to this situation than I want to. I can't do it anymore. I need to go do what I want to do. It's crushing my soul. The Queen of Wands in the bottom. She's an action taker. She's magnetic. I mean, she's her negative qualities, and I've talked more about those for the Queen of Wands in a lot of my readings. But she is somebody who, when she sees what she wants, she works for it. She goes to get it. She's passionate about it. She does everything with love. She does everything to, you know, the umptest degree, or this is how you normally are. And it's not necessarily female, it's, however it resonates. This is a very, nurturing is what comes to mind. It's like a nurturing kind of passion. It's like continuing to fan the flames of yourself. Vigor, passion, intention. We had the King of Wands earlier with manifestation, right? So this person is wondering, where's this? And you're like, I already did that. How do you think I got this far? So what's coming to light in this situation? Humility in reversed. Can you clarify this? Humility is all about needing to accept things before they can change. Maybe you're waiting for somebody's permission to, remove yourself from whatever situation this is. Yeah. Two of Cups on the bottom, the World, and the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is in and out. It's usually my player energy. The song Paradise by Coldplay. By leaving this situation, I feel like it's school, work, something like that, something, that you have to invest a lot of time into. You've made up your mind. This is not paradise. You know what paradise is for you. And you can find a job that makes you happy, that you enjoy doing. What is it? And I love Letterkenny. If you love your job, or if you love your work, you never work a day in your life, or something like that. It's possible. She expected the world. There's the world. Maybe you just want to travel. Maybe you just want to take some time off and be. Maybe you've been going to school consistently. You've been working consistently since you were, 4 years old when we started kindergarten. You just need a break. And whoever you're displeasing or letting down, they feel humiliated. But you can't keep riding toward this. You are done with this. You're done taking action toward whatever this endeavor is. It no longer waters you. It's no longer a partnership that you want. It's no longer an association that you want. It doesn't fill your cup anymore. And the person on the other side of this feels humiliated, taken advantage of. They can't accept it because they see you being whatever this is. You're not. So release. Can you give me one more card to clarify this release, this Queen of Swords? The Queen of Swords, I love that because that's Libra energy too. That was a bad shuffle. Release. Can you clarify this release card? It's going to come to balance. Cycle, the ending of the misery. It's amazing how quickly you'll feel better when you let go of what isn't for you to carry. By releasing this, it doesn't matter who you please, they'll get over it. Once you get to where you need to be, once you get on the path you're supposed to be on to become who and what you want to do, once you become a happier person, they're not going to love it like that, but they're going to see you evolve and turn into what you are supposed to be. And it's way better. Happiness looks way better on you than an MD at the end of your name does. Yeah, the sun will set to rise. We got the sun, the moon, the stars here. The stars are guiding you. The sun, you've been illuminated. You know what it is. The chaos is being shown. You're if it's a crossroads, you know which way to go. You're like, I was supposed to take a left back there. I'm still going straight. It's never too late to turn around on a road that isn't going where you want to be. It's never too late to do that. And if someone's telling you it is, if somebody's telling you it's a waste, if somebody tells you it's a bad investment, it doesn't matter. Money comes and goes, you'll pay it back, you'll get it back. And all of the knowledge, everything you've learned, everything you've acquired will pay off somehow. You'll use it. It's just not what you're going to be. So if this is how you feel, I want you to release what it is that you don't want to carry. If you're involved in these programs, if you're in a job or a school or whatever it is, and you just know this isn't for you, please take that leap of faith. It doesn't matter, not everyone's going to like it, not everyone is going to agree with it, but it's your life. Don't live somebody else's life. This is yours. So Libra, please like, subscribe, share. If you feel compelled, please don't forget to comment, leave your song below so that I know what songs to add for you. I hope this finds you well. And before we go, the song Lost at Sea by Zedd. If you're lost at sea, follow the stars. If you're lost at sea, follow your heart, follow your emotions. Do what you gotta do for you. A happy you is better for the entire world. Titles don't mean shit. Happiness is everything. So, thank you, Libra. I hope this helps. I hope this resonates. Keep doing good things.